Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Benediction Gamer aka PokéXebz back again with another video, and today, continuation of my NPC trials. So we're halfway through now. This is going to be the 8th character we're going to be playing, and the character we're going to be playing today is the Schoolkid. I think we'll all be familiar with that as playing Schoolkids throughout this whole playthrough. But yeah, so we're going to be playing as the Schoolkid and using Pokemon that have been featured in the previous games up until now. There's quite an extensive list, so I'll leave it in the description below. Be sure to go check that one out. And without further ado, let's get into checking out the 6 Pokemon I'm going to be using before we get into the gameplay. So looking at a rundown of the team now, first position we've got Clodsire, and we're going to be running Staraptor, a Ditto, Arcanine, Dragonite and Gardevoir. I think my takeaway from this is Ditto, definitely a lot more viable in this meta than I thought it was. Yeah, quite like it. But yeah, we're going to see, we're going to go into 3 games now, see what sort of win rate we can get. Hopefully we can go 3 from 3, much like the previous challenge. But we'll see how it goes, guys. We'll see how it goes. So I hope you enjoy this one, and let's get into some games now. And okay, jumping into game 1 now, boys and girls. So it looks like we're coming up against a Palafin and a Salamence. This is going to be an interesting one. So quick breakdown of my game plan. So most games what we're going to try and be doing is leading with Ditto, and then whatever Pokemon else I think seemed most viable against the team that we were coming up against. So in this game I felt like it would be Gardevoir, for the chance that they were probably going to be leading with a dragon, and that seems to be the case. And nicely we've managed to grab a Palafin for ourselves, so we'll see what moves that Palafin is running, which is another good thing about Ditto. It gives you a nice bit of information on the opponent you're running against. And to be fair, yeah, it's nice getting a nice bit of cannibalism in every now and then, and killing off the Pokemon that you transform from. It's something about it. It feels so sweet, guys. Really recommend trying Ditto out. So much fun, so much fun. I say I did have a fair few trial runs with Ditto before this, if I'm honest, in slightly different teams. And what I've also identified is, from what I've noticed, it's normally best to place it into the second slot. That time you tend to get the better of the transformation, but it doesn't always work out that way. It is a 50-50 gamble, but as I say, from what I've seen, the percentage does seem to be a bit higher if you go into the second slot of getting the better Pokemon. Alright, let's see how we're coming now. So Pokemon that I'm really hitting at the moment is just coming to the field in DD. So I'm thinking, is there a chance that they're going to be ringing an Armarouge? I know there was an Armarouge in their party, so at this point we're expecting it. But so you're looking at the moves that their Palafin had, it looks like it's not running Jet Punch, which is a bit questionable to myself, especially after you saw, I don't know if you saw my Swimmer Girl challenge, you know that yeah, Jet Punch for me is a very effective move, so I think it's one that definitely needs to be run on new Palafins. But I see Dazzling Gleam here from Gardevoir, pretty decent damage, but just not quite enough on Gardevoir. So we're going to see this. Potentially a little bit of a misplay here from myself, so I've gone for the Draining Kiss, but with Indeedee being on the field, we know the chances are probably going to be running or following me. So yeah, terrible misplay. Should have just gone for the Dazzling Gleam, would have finished off the Salamence, and yeah, at that point we know. Well, Dragonite's somewhat fairly safe. It was a good play by me in this sense that I brought Dragonite in because I knew it could terrestrialize into the Fairy Terror, and the chances are that their Salamence would be coming at our Dragonite with a Dragon move, and so it's no longer going to be able to hit us, so that'll be null and void turn for them, which would be nice. But then yeah, as we see, Follow Me's come out, so yeah, it's misplays from everyone all round really. Slight good play from me, but yeah, misplay also. Obviously coming in with the Earthquake, and this is why I had opted for the Draining Kiss, because I knew it was coming in with the Earthquake, was going to be doing attack damage to Gardevoir, but we still managed to get a reasonable bit of chip damage onto the Indeedee and a little bit of healing back up, so it's not too bad overall. So at this point, yeah, let's potentially go for the Dazzling Gleam, or is it best to look to switch into a Pokemon and try and save our Gardevoir for later on in the game, because I think Dazzling Gleam could be useful, and that you also could be running another Dragon Pokemon because there was one featured in the party. Debating which was the better Pokemon to switch into, Ditto or the Staraptor, but I think out of the two, I'd rather lose Staraptor if one potentially goes down in this turn. So Staraptor we've switched into, save the Ditto for later, if needs be, to potentially get a decent transform off later on. So we'll see how this turn goes. We're taking a dual wing beat, so hopefully it shouldn't be taking too much damage from our Staraptor. We should be surviving the turn. So yeah, reasonable bit. Managed to take us just below half, but also brought in the Staraptor because we knew it wouldn't be taking damage from the Earthquake. Unfortunately, it's not going to be able to take out the Salamence. Now, will this be a mistake? We will find out later on. I think potentially we should have tried to focus on getting the Salamence, knowing that it knows to move Tailwind. It's already said it once. It's going to be coming down fairly soon. It would be good to try and get it off the field now rather than let it set up another one. So let's see how we can play this one coming from here. But then coming on with the Palafin, we know it's going to be putting out a reasonably good bit of damage, especially with that 0 to hero form. So at this point, it does make me question, should I be focusing into the Palafin? And then also knowing that, well, I can only be putting out damage on the Dragonite onto the Palafin, it does make me think, yes, okay, it's probably best at this point maybe to go for a double up into the Palafin, just try and ensure the KO onto the Palafin, and then hopefully that will put their chance of putting damage down. But also due to the fact that we got a little bit less damage, we're going to go for the Protect in the end. But unfortunately, it looks like the Palafin did read me and went for the Dragonite. I thought it'd probably be going for the Staraptor because there was a good chance of getting the knockout there, but unfortunately not. So it looks like yeah, maybe a little bit of misplay for myself. Probably should have actually favoured for the double up like I originally thought, but it's okay. So we've a reasonable bit of damage there off the Earthquake. Okay, chip, we know it's probably take 2 more of those chips, but if we can try and get a Tailwind in now, and with the Tailwind and Brave Bird, should I say, and with that Tailwind now coming down, that puts us in good stead to potentially be getting the first attack off. So hopefully there's a good chance that we can be getting the Palafin down, but say at this point, knowing that the Tailwind is down, probably should have looked to focus to go into Salamence. So again, maybe a question where misplay on my part. We'll see how this one ends up playing out for us. And it looks, yeah, still losing the speed matchup to Palafin, unfortunately. And yeah, here comes in the Tailwind. So despite me, yeah, not looking to focus for the Salamence, I guess it didn't matter in the end because we were still losing the speed battle. The Tailwind was still coming up. Potentially, if we'd have gone for it a turn or two previously. So maybe it was a mistake to take out the Gardevoir, but we shall see. We're coming in with Gardevoir now. We managed to get the Palafin down, which is brilliant. I'm not taking too much recoil damage and getting a little bit of health back up with our leftovers, and that Psychic Field's disappeared. So we know if they're coming in with the Armor Rouge now, it's not going to be putting out as much damage, which is fantastic. At this point I'm debating which is the better option, to go for the Ditto or for the Gardevoir. I think we're going to go for the Ditto because I'm not sure what their 4th Pokemon is, so we'll see what that one is, and we can clone into it ourselves and somewhat make this an even matchup. So it looks like you're going to be running a Garchomp. This could be difficult for me because it's going to be a chance that Salamence is definitely going to be winning this speed matchup, and I would imagine they can be coming in with a Dragon move, and a very good chance of taking me out. But if not, I think I'll be putting in good damage to the Garchomp. So we're going to go for a Protect onto Staravia, because if it is the case that it managed to take me down, hopefully Gardevoir can come in, maybe get the job done with a Dazzling Gleam and a Brave Bird combined. But we'll see how this goes. So actually, turning into the Garchomp was a fantastic move. He's attacked me a physical move and taken damage off the rough skin, so that's beautiful. Both of them. So we've managed to take down the Salamence, and if the Garchomp is sashed, we've broken the sash. So that's a great play for us. Tailwind is still up, and so we're going to bring Gardevoir in now, and we're going to see, did we make a mistake earlier in the game by not taking out the Salamence earlier on and allowing it to get up that second Tailwind, or have we got the chance to survive, and was protecting in that turn to allow us to have 2 Pokemon up here a good play? So we'll see how this one goes down for us. So we're going to come in with a Brave Bird and a Dazzling Gleam, and we're going to hope this is puts enough damage for us. Rock Slide coming in from the Garchomp. Unfortunately that's going to be taking down our Staraptor, but hopefully Dazzling Gleam could be enough damage. Just not enough damage, so it looks like we could be losing the speed battle and ultimately losing this game. So it does look like taking Salamence down would have been the better play earlier on, but we live and we learn. Captain the hindsight is a wonderful thing. So down one game in this challenge, so we're not going to go 3 for 3 in this one, but there's more games to go and let's see how we do. So maybe we can get a win in this next game. So going into game 2 and let's see how we do, guys. So loading in now, coming up against a Mousehold and an Abomasnow. So yes, again, see second game, I say second slot, I think for me, you tend to get the better transformations. I think for me this one actually is a better transformation, although it is their technical status setter. Yeah, to get Mousehold, very nice. So we're going to see what sort of damage we can do at this point. Because I got the Mousehold, yeah, I'm questioning. I don't think the Abomasnow is going to be doing too much damage to me. So is it a case, do we go for the Calm Mind here? I think we have a chance to go for it, but let's go for the Dazzling Gleam. Potentially ensure some chip damage, but no, yeah, backed up against it. For actually, you know what? I think there's a chance. We've got a good chance to get it away and not take too much damage. So let's go for this as long as we win the speed matchup. But yes, beautiful. And now we see, yeah, turning into a Pokemon and using its own move against it, especially when it's Population Bomb. Guys, there's nothing better. Definitely try Ditto out for yourself. Yeah, a lot of fun. Definitely rewarding to use, especially in this current meta. When you come up against, yeah, a lot of the Pokemon that you just really don't want to play against. So that's some of the meta at the moment. It's just the Indeedee Armarouge, yeah, I'm sick to death of that. Don't know about you people, but yeah. So we see coming up now, Aurora Veil has been set. It's going to make it slightly problematic for us. We'll be doing reduced damage, both physical and special, in this game now. So for a few turns. So we're going to see how much does this affect us, and how much damage can they put out in that time. Now it's questionable, do we go to switch out Mousehold at this point, knowing that the Annihilate has probably got quite a good chance of taking it out, but we're going to hope we were winning the speed matchup and try and cheese in another Population Bomb and get in as much damage as we can. But unfortunately we've only gone for 3 hits there, so not the greatest one there. But, and yeah, if only we could have gone for 1 or 2 more hits, we'd be taking out the Abomasnow. But we're in a good position to take it down next turn with a Dazzling Gleam and still putting some more chip damage to the Annihilate. Taking a Blizzard now, it does worry me. Is one of my Pokemon going to get frozen here? But no, we've managed to survive that one, not take too much damage. Work up coming in from Annihilate. It's losing the speed battle, so I feel reasonably confident. If we just get enough chip damage into this point, then we'll be pretty good. Opting for, is it better to run for the Protect or the Follow Me now? If we go for Follow Me, we ensure that at least an attack is going to be focused onto the mouse that could be focused onto Gardevoir. And yeah, free slot now, so yeah, no damage is going to be coming onto our Gardevoir, which is nice, and we can get a decent bit of chip damage out now with the Dazzling Gleam, and potentially, because we're winning that speed battle now, hopefully take this Annihilate down next turn. So we'll see how this one goes for us. And yeah, fantastic bit of damage, just put it on the range of death, but Drain Punch coming in now, so that's going to get a little bit of health back up. Will it put it just over the threshold to kill? We'll see. I think we may still be alright. But then also leftovers coming in as well, that may take it just over there. It's going to be an interesting one. We'll see what happens next turn, but I still feel like we've probably got enough damage at this point. So we can use the better option, this too. I think we'll go for the Arcanine. I'm just going to bring in the Intimidate, lower their attacks by 1 stage, and that will be very nice. And this is Titan, just me turning out too much damage now. I'm going to expect it to be running Ice Shard, which could put a decent bit of chip damage onto our Gardevoir, but we shall see, guys. I would expect it to be able to survive an Ice Shard, but it's questionable. I don't think I've matched up against a Titan with a Gardevoir before, so I couldn't tell you the damage that's how much damage it's taking off an Ice Shard. But that has been I think one of the other good things about running this challenge is just the amount of Pokemon that it's made me use. I'm getting to understand a lot more Pokemon in the meta, or what could be viable, and just trying out things that you potentially you wouldn't have. So guys, yeah, definitely recommend running challenges like this, trying to run some teams like this. It can be difficult at times when you're coming into the just full meta teams, when you're playing in casual and people just running complete ranked teams, but persevere, you get there. You can have some enjoyable games. So we're going to see the Protect was up on the Annihilate, managed to get a little bit more health back off that leftovers, which maybe now has taken out of range of the kill off the Dazzling Gleam. We will see, but that's why we've opted to go for the Terra into the Gardevoir, despite being on half HP, because I feel like if we go for the Terra now, that's probably most likely going to secure us the kill. And we'll just go for a little bit of chip damage there by putting the extreme speed onto the Titan. Potentially that can put that into range to be taken down, but we'll see how that goes for us. So coming in with a Dazzling Gleam now, and yeah, fantastic damage onto the Annihilate. We've managed to take it out. So the extra healing got over those 2 turns didn't really matter in the end. So Titan's still in there with a sliver of health, which is slightly annoying, but both Pokemon he's coming in now very low health, so we should be coming in with a Dazzling Gleam. I believe we're going to be winning a speed battle, I say, unless he comes in with an Ice Shard now and this manages to knock out my Pokemon. We're all good, but seems like we were going to win this one. They've managed to run away, so fantastic. Managed to get a win there. I believe that is a 2 from 1 now, and let's get into our last game and see how we can do. Can we finish on a positive, decent kill-death ratio, or are we going to take this down one as a loss? So yeah, slightly different lead in this one. We've not gone with our Ditto lead in this one. I felt like the best option to go for this one was potentially to go for the Clodsire lead, because I wanted to play Yawn into the Killer Wattrel, because essentially it works quite effectively against my team. So I think if we can get that down, and also with most likely knew a Tailwind was going to be coming in, and it's going to be boosting its win power. So I think if we can get a Yawn play onto the Killer Wattrel, I think that puts us in reasonably good stead. And so yeah, managed to get the Yawn on to the Killer Wattrel, so it should be falling asleep at the end of next turn, so as long as it doesn't switch it out. But even if it switches out, that's a good play for us. We forced their hand. So yeah, reasonably good opening play from us. We haven't taken any damage due to using the Protect. We've managed to read it all quite well. So we're going to be debating which to switch into now. Do we go for the Arcanine or the Dragonite? I think the Dragonite's probably going to be taking the least damage, but it's questionable. Do I want to take my Dragonite down now, or is it better to keep it in? It's probably going to be the Pokemon I'm going to rely on to sweep in this game. And debating going for attack, but I thought, yeah, best option, let's go for a Toxic Spikes, especially I believe this is a chance we're going into a Dondozo team. So let's get a Toxic Spikes on the field, so that if it is a Dondozo team, Dondozo is coming onto the field, we're at least getting a poison in there, and we've got one Pokemon with Protect at least, so we should be able to stall out somewhat if needs be. So let's see how this plays goes, and then also with the increased defense that's going to be getting from if there's a Tatsugiri in the team, it's going to be helpful to have the poison giving that tick damage over time to replace that lost damage so that we're going to be putting out. So fantastic, we've managed to get the Killer Wattrel asleep, so I think at this point we're going to go for a double up into the Killer Wattrel slot. Also with a good chance that if this Killer Wattrel comes, it is either going to be staying asleep or be switched out, we can hope. but then it is questionable, should I have gone for a Howl play here? Boosted the attack on my Clodsire. But I'm going to see that coming in now, yes, and it's the Dondozo, so we're going to get a nice bit of chip damage on the Dondozo at least, I hope. And we've managed to get the poison in there, so I say yeah, so extreme speed, a little bit of chip damage, we'll take that, about what we'd expect. We've managed to take a Brave Bird, not too much damage, and the Rocky Helmet's actually done fantastic retaliation damage there. So you've got to love that, you've got to love that. Critical hit on the Poison Tail, but absolutely no damage whatsoever. You love to see it. It's probably done less damage than Leftovers heals. But I think, yeah, off to a good start, reasonable bit of chip damage onto the Dondozo, and I feel pretty confident knowing that we've got the Terror, the Fairy Terror on my Dragonite sat in the wings. So, yeah, at this point I'm thinking I'm fairly locked into terroring onto my Dragonite, so let's save that. Make sure we don't use it on any of our other Pokemon. For now, I think, yeah, we've got the poison on the Dondozo. We're going to try to just get as much tick damage on that one as we can, and we're going to focus into the Talonflame for now. We're going to set a Howl just to boost the attack on our Clodsire. I would say potentially we should have done the turn before. But then looking at that, we probably did more damage with the extreme speed than the Poison Tail, so it may not have been the worst move. But see, it increased our damage onto the Talonflame, so that's nice. Nice bit of chip damage there. Unfortunately, the managed to survive and still up. But Tailwind down, so hopefully if we can take down the Talonflame in this turn, it shouldn't be setting another Tailwind. But we'll see how it goes. So it potentially should have gone for the extreme speed there, but looks like I'm going to switch out to the Staraptor. Try and ensure some damage onto the Dondozo, and just kind of fingers crossed that Clodsire survives this turn and can get an attack in before the inevitable death that comes down. And it looks like Protect coming in from the Dondozo, so that's allowed us potentially a chance to be attacking. And yes, Tailwind's come up, so we haven't managed to get the attack in before the Tailwind, which is unfortunate. Again, we're going to be playing against a Tailwind, so another game where we've let a second Tailwind come up. Are we going to live to regret that later on, or have we done enough damage in the earlier stages of the game? Has the early prep work, is that going to see us through? We shall see, guys, we shall see. And so it looks like we're about to find out the fourth member of their party, and it looks to be Tatsugiri. So yeah, Tatsugiri Dondozo team. So it looks like Dondozo's going to be getting all the stat boosts now, which yeah could make the game problematic, especially with the Tailwind up. So yeah, we definitely could be regretting letting that second Tailwind get up. But we'll see. Say reasonable bit of damage onto the Dondozo already, which is nice, and that poison tick damage over time. So we'll see how this one goes for us. I say we imagine it's going to be running Order Up as its main move, especially I believe it's going to be getting attack boost, isn't it, with that Dondozo. So if we can switch in Dragonite at some point when it's safe to do so, when we know we're going to be able to get up the Terror, we know we can probably waste a turn, because I think it will probably be look to opt to go for an Order Up into a Dragonite. So we'll see how that one goes for us. But yeah, questionable start. I think let's try and get as many Intimidate switches in as we can, and go for the Brave Bird to get a nice bit of chip damage in there. Pretty good damage. We say we're running Reckless on our Staraptor, so that's going to be boosting all moves that do recoil damage. For me, I felt it was more favourable than running Intimidate, especially with running an Intimidate user already in the team. However, running two, it would be pretty nice, especially going up against this Dondozo, because it puts in nice stead. I know it probably wouldn't be putting up too much damage to us, but I say reasonably good set. I think I feel confident that when Dragonite's coming into the field, hopefully I say as long as we have a chance to get our Terror up, we shouldn't be taking too much damage off the first turn. Hopefully we can put a reasonable bit of damage to it. So we're going to see how this one goes for us. I'm going to try and bring Bob back into the field. Bob, our Clodsire. Let's see see if we can get any damage out. I was expecting they were probably going to be focusing into the Arcanine, so I think we had a good chance to get out a free swap, and it does look to be the way. Now potentially wasn't the best play, because I think we would definitely be putting out more damage with the Staraptor, but just in case we need to save it for later in the game, we'll leave that one now. And I think yeah, with the chance we bring out the Clodsire, if we bring in Dragonite now, I think because it's due to the fact it's running order up and with the attack boost that's already had, I think yes, we're looking to focus into the Dragonite. So if we can get our Fairy Terror up, make the turn null and void, we may be well in a good position to win this game. It just, I say, always fearful of Tatsugiri and what it's actually going to be able to put out once it gets out of the mouth. Because one Muddy Water, can change the game, definitely. Because I mean, he's a glass cannon, but when he hits hard. So let's see how we go from here. I think, yeah, you can see the misplay of all misplays, much like the first game. Make a good play with a Terror, terrible play with a move. So yeah, I'm Scarfed, can only use one move, and I opt to use a non-attacking move. So it's could have thrown the game for us. It was looking like yeah, reasonable chance to get back into this one, but going for a move that is going to be, well, no longer we're going to be able to put out any damage on the Dragonite. He's just going to be able to stand there and dance all game, much like a Quaquaval. But I guess he's fairy type, and fairies like dancing. Okay, coming in with the Earthquake there, so yeah, reasonable bit of damage. I'm going to not put any damage out onto our Dragonite, which is yeah, a bonus at least. I guess at least we've got it on the field. We've put a Dragon Dance in. They don't know we're Scarfed, so at least we've got that benefit going for ourselves. They will probably be looking to target into the Dragonite slot, which potentially gives us a free turn to attack on the Clodsire, and I think yeah, it should probably finish off the Dondozo. When I say I think it's probably going to be a case of the speed matchup coming up next. If we can get rid of this Dondozo, the Tatsugiri versus our Staraptor, really, because I think yeah, Muddy Water has a potential good chance to take down our Clodsire. Although I have just remembered we're running the Water Absorb ability, so I'm actually less fearful now. We could be in a good stead. Let's see what sort of damage we're going to be taking here. So yeah, massive wave crash managed to take down our Dragonite, but turns out that's actually a good thing for us, because yeah, we didn't go for an attacking move because we are a moron. But either way, yeah, looks like we're probably going to be getting the victory in the end. So swings and roundabouts, guys, swings and roundabouts. Coming with the Earthquake now, very nice damage on Tatsugiri. Unfortunately not enough to get it into the range. Poison will be taking enough tick on it, so it's going to be able to get one attack off at least. I say Muddy Water, I was a little bit worried, but now I just remembered running Water Absorb, so we should be okay. Now yeah, issue that Killer Watch will come back in, but say the early prep work that we put in this probably and hopefully has put us in good stead to win this game. Guy's still asleep, so hopefully as long as he's still asleep this turn, hopefully we'll be putting out good damage. Say running that Reckless ability, so we're going to be putting out extra stab bonus on this double edge, so hopefully that's going to be enough damage to get the Oko, and I think if we get that Oko, then potentially yeah, a very good stead to finish this game, as long as we're putting, well, I don't think we need to put out enough damage because we're going to be getting that poison tick here. So yeah, if they've gone for Muddy Water, which they have, me healing up my Clodsire, nice way to finish up the game. Don't need to go see the nurse anymore. Clodsire can have himself a little potion and be on his way. Right, yeah, that looks like fantastic. Managed to get a win. We've gone two games for victories and one game as a loss. So yeah, positive kill death ratio, the Schoolkid challenge has been done. I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. Now for a dance break. And so that brings us to the halfway mark of our NPC challenge. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. This has been the Schoolkid challenge, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I must say, check out the description to see the other Pokemon that are available to use. I say there was quite a few on offer. But yeah, say if you've got any good suggestions for challenges or teams you think I should run, make sure to leave them in the comments. And if you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And I'll catch you soon, guys. And as always, keep it holy.